I'm Lara Hodgson, and I'm here today to tell you about NOWaccount, an innovative new program that helps small businesses access the capital they need to grow. 5 years ago, I was this small business. I had started a manufacturing company with a product that my business partner and I had designed and patented, and we were selling it into small retailers, distributors, entertainment venues, etc. And it worked great. It was growing well, and the cadence of the business worked fine. Most of our customers paid us with a check or a credit card, and everything seemed to work. Then we got our first big order from a national retailer. We were so excited to finally have this order that was going to help our business grow to the next level. But then we realized that not only did we have the opportunity to grow, but we had the opportunity to grow to death. Because this large customer wanted us to send him an invoice that said net 30, but we came to appreciate the fact that that net 30 should have a question mark at the end of it because it was really just a suggestion. In fact, they were going to take much longer than that to pay. And for our small business that was bootstrapping our way day to day, we couldn't make payroll if we had to wait 90 days to get paid. So we tried to find a solution. We weren't big enough to access traditional factoring or asset-based lending. We didn't get excited about the types of discounting programs that were out there that would lend against our receivables because they were so expensive and risky. And we didn't want to sell our business by bringing equity in that early on in order to fund our cash flow. So we were stuck. That was when we created NOWaccount. So NOWaccount is the first merchant service that helps small businesses that sell to other businesses and governments get paid immediately while their customers can continue to wait and pay later as they've become accustomed to. We realized this because our small businesses would pay us with a credit card, and it worked great. We paid a 2 to 4% merchant fee. When and if they paid their American Express bill was not our problem. But our big customers, the ones that were driving our growth, would not use a credit card, and we figured out why. It's because businesses have always offered credit to their customers. It's a way to drive sales. If you give them the ability to pay later, they'll buy more. The problem is, if you're a customer who sells to consumers, you used to offer that credit, but you didn't have to do it anymore when financial institutions stepped in with the credit card system. The financial institution funds the consumer's credit, you get paid that day, and when they pay their credit card bill is not your problem. But for businesses like mine that sold to businesses and governments, we were never relieved of that burden. 95% of the time, we still send an invoice. It says net 30, net 60, net 90, and then we wait to get paid. So we, the small business, are funding the cost and the risk of that credit until now. NOWaccount is the first merchant service that allows the small business to get paid immediately as if they had taken a credit card, but it does not require their business and government customer to use a credit card. And that's important because businesses will not use credit cards if they don't have to. The reason for this is that when they put a purchase on a credit card, they're going to have a statement that comes due in 30 or 60 or 90 days, and if they don't pay that statement on its due date, they're assessed a hefty interest and penalties. But if you don't pay my net 30 invoice on the 30th day, nothing happens. It's completely free. So they won't give up that free and flexible credit that they enjoy with accounts payable in order to use a credit card. With NOWaccount, they don't have to. As a small business, you can enroll in NOWaccount in less than 5 minutes. You can sign up online, and within days, you can start putting invoices through. When you put an invoice through your NOWaccount, you get paid 90% immediately. You get the remaining 10% net of your fee 30 days after the term that you offered on the invoice. So if you offered a net 30 term, then on day 60, you're going to get the remaining 10% net of your fee, regardless of whether the customer has paid the invoice or not. That's our risk. The fee is a simple structure. If you offer net 30, it's 2.5%. If you offer net 60, it's 2.75%. And if you offer net 90, it's 3%. The beautiful thing is you have no risk on the customer. If they don't pay the invoice, that's our loss. So there is no recourse to the business or the owner. And while all this is going on, NOWaccount is completely invisible to your customers. They still get the invoice with your company name on it. They still get the terms that you've always offered. They still remit payment to your attention. But the difference is they send it to a lockbox, which we control. So we're completely invisible to your customer and thereby allow you to act like you're funding the trade credit even though we are. It's easy to decide whether NOWaccount works for you. You just have to ask 3 questions. Who do you sell to? If you only sell to consumers, NOWaccount does not work for you. But if you sell to businesses and governments, how do they pay? Do they prepay or pay on delivery? In which case you don't need a NOWaccount, you have a fantastic cash flow model. Or do they require terms? If they require terms, is it worth it to you to pay 2.5% to get paid immediately, be absolved of risk, and have no impact whatsoever on your customers? When you're ready to access your NOWaccount, the interface is very simple. Let's say you get a purchase order or an RFP and you're not sure if that customer can pay. You can log into your NOWaccount, go ahead and put the customer name in. We will tell you within a day or so whether we'll take that transaction. If we won't take it, you can still do business with that company, but you know something you didn't know before and you may want to rethink your payment terms. If we will take it, that commitment is good for 30 days. So in the next 30 days, when you're ready to invoice, you can simply log in, upload your invoice, give the information to us, and then you'll still send the invoice to the customer. So here's how it works. When you're ready to invoice, the first thing you're going to do is send the customer their invoice. It's your invoice with your company name. The only difference is the remit to address is our PO box, and the accounts receivable phone number is our phone number. But we answer the phone accounts receivable, so we don't answer it NOWaccount. It's still invisible to your customer. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to upload your invoices. Give us the information from the invoices, all the details, and then you're going to give us a copy of the invoice. You can fax it, you can email it and scan it and email it. You can send it by mail, you can upload it, you can even do batch files. But get us a copy of the invoice, and then within the first couple days, you'll get 90% of that invoice sent into your account by ACH. You'll get the remaining 10% net of the fee 30 days after whatever the term was. It's that simple. Now, I can tell you all day how fantastic NOWaccount is, but the best person to hear it from is one of our customers. So listen to Bradley as he tells you how he started using NOWaccount.
I'm Bradley Gardner with GMS Molds here in Carson, California. We are a manufacturer of steel molds for concrete block plants. I'm the 4th generation of my family to be involved in this industry. I myself have been in the industry about 15 years. I started this business of steel concrete molds about a year ago, and while we were able to get orders and new customers, it takes a lot of the block plants that we sell to 45 and often even 60 days to pay on their invoices. And that constrained our ability to grow the company as quickly as we would have liked. Working with NOWaccount has essentially eliminated that concern and allowed us to purchase the equipment and the materials to fill the orders that we know we can get. We just came back from a trade show in Las Vegas about a month ago, and working with NOWaccount gave me the confidence at that show to take orders, and we expect double if not triple sales this year as a result of being able to grow the way we'd like, and we owe that to NOWaccount.
So as you can see, Bradley, after using NOWaccount for about 9 months, was able to triple his revenue, buy some used equipment, hire 4 new people, all because he was getting paid immediately from NOWaccount rather than having to wait 60 days to get paid. So at the end of the day, how is this different for small businesses? There's lots of other sources of capital out there, but NOWaccount is unique in a few ways. Number one is the pricing. It's a merchant service with a flat fee. If you offer 30-day terms, you pay 2.5%. If you offer 60-day terms, 2.75%. And if you offer net 90 terms, it's 3%. It's based on what you offer, not on when and if the customer pays. That certainty gives you the ability to plan your business and make payroll. The second thing that's key is the risk. When you put an invoice through NOWaccount, we take all the risk of your customer paying. So you don't have to wait and wonder whether or if you're going to get paid. The next thing is how much time does it take you to access that dollar? You can enroll in NOWaccount in a few minutes. You can be putting invoices through and getting cash in days. Compare that to other types of capital where you have to spend weeks or months of your time compiling binders, 3 years worth of financials, all your personal information. NOWaccount is non-intrusive. All we collect is your name and address, and you can do it in minutes. So your access to capital is quick. The next thing that's key about NOWaccount is that almost anyone can use it. So we can accept about 85% of small businesses. You choose when to use it. You don't have to put all your customers through. So if you have a customer that pays you in a few days or they pay by credit card, take it. But if you have a customer and you don't know their behavior, or you know it and you don't like it, you can put it through NOWaccount and get paid immediately. If you've tried before with other programs and your customers don't qualify, give NOWaccount a try. We can approve about 85% of all businesses. And finally, and most importantly for you, we're invisible to your customer. We don't get in the middle of your relationship, so you can keep that relationship and build that relationship, and quite frankly, you can act like a much bigger, more financially stable company. If you have any further questions, don't hesitate to contact us. You can reach us at NOWaccount.com. You can find all of our phone numbers there as well as our email addresses, etc. And we look forward to serving you. Thanks.